Hi everyone, Ricky here from Tech Talk. Hope you are doing well. Today I want to bring a comparison and a versus. So on the left hand side, working from Vodafone, we have the iPhone 7 compared to the iPhone 7 Plus here on the right hand side. So today we're going to go through different comparisons, speed test, going through the specs and having a look at some footage as well from films. So first of all, I want to show you around the phone. So what I will do is show you on the iPhone 7, as there is only one slight difference between the two models. So looking at our iPhone 7 from the left hand side to start off with, you can first of all see its thinness. It is only 7.1 millimeters thin. So on the left hand side you have your vibrate switch and you have your volume rockers, which are very nicely color matched to the display. First of all, you're going to see your microphone grill there. You can see your lightning port connection, which I think should have been a USB-C, but that is where you charge your device, listen to your headphones as well, remember, and you've got your speaker grill as well. So there has been a couple of times now where I've come across to either needing to charge my phone or listen to music, and I've had to choose, as I don't want to carry a dongle around with me all the time. So going around to the right hand side now, you have your power switch and you have your SIM card tray there, which I've shown how to insert and remove your SIM card. Also, you'll see some antenna bars there, so you should be able to see them. So turning around to the top of the device, as you can see, that camera is pointing out there at the back, but you don't have anything up the top here. And then turning around to the back of the device, this is where you're going to see the difference between the two models. So as you can see on the iPhone 7, you have one camera lens. On the iPhone 7 Plus, you have two camera lenses, as one is an optical zoom. And on the iPhone 7, you have one lens, but you both have the quad LED flash. And you can see the differences in color here. So this is the matte black and this is a jet black that love scratches and love fingerprints as well. So turning around to the front of the device, you've got your front facing camera, you've got your speaker grill, and you also have that new style home button now, which is inlaid into the device and doesn't actually move. You're only feeling a Taptic engine from the back. It is kind of odd to use to start off with, but you do get used to it very quickly. So you do have Touch ID on here to open up your device, so you just lay your finger on there or press in and it does open very well, and that means you can use Apple Pay on here as well. So let's move on with our video and move into the speed tests of both of these devices. Okay, so the next step I want to show you is speedtest.net. So one device is on Vodafone, one is on 3. There is no Wi-Fi on, and let's see who can perform the best. So launching the application in 3, 2, 1. So begin test. So first of all, looking at the iPhone 7, on the Vodafone 4G, you can see we've got 22 megabytes down and 10 megabytes up. Looking at the 3 network, we got 24 megabytes down and 27 megabytes up, which is phenomenal speeds for both of these devices. And it shows I live in quite a rural area, so this shows how well these two devices are working in a rural area, but compared to a city or a town, it may perform slightly better. But please bear in mind there's going to be more people connecting to the network as well, so it might be slightly less. So as you can see, there's nothing running at all on either device. And let's run Geekbench 4. So 3, 2, 1. Gives us some specs there, but I will go through the specs later on in my video. Okay, so as you can see here, we have got our scores in and they're very close. So first of all, for the iPhone 7, we scored 3,437 on a single core score, and on a multi-core score, we scored 5,684. On the iPhone 7 Plus, on the right hand side, we scored 3,460, and our multi-core score there is 5,805, so very close. So if you want to do this application yourself, it is in the App Store. There is a charge for it, but this will compare loads of different results from your phone and test multiple different areas as well. And then if you go into single core score here, you can see where you came on the list of iPhones and iPads. Same with ours here, and the multi-core score as well. But we came out on top, and that is thanks to Apple's new A10 Fusion chip, which is a quad-core chip, and there's a slight difference between the two. This one is running 2.34 gigahertz, and this is running 2.24 gigahertz. So please bear that in mind. So as you can see, the iPhone 7 Plus is winning thanks to that 3 gigabytes of RAM compared to the 2 gigabytes of RAM that we see on the iPhone 7. So that was testing the speed on these devices, using them in a daily use. they're working fantastic. You can switch between applications very quick. You can jump, move and do multiple tasks very quickly. Loading applications you've seen is very quick and very poignant, moves very well. So let's jump into text messages here. Works very well. You've got your music application, so there isn't much on my iPhone 7 here, but it does work very well. Going along. Okay, so moving on now to sound and vision on these devices. Okay, so moving into sound and vision now on both of these iPhones. First of all, I'm going to show you a bit of a clip on the iPhone 7. So remember, this has two dual facing speakers now. So you have one up here and there's one down here at the bottom, but they do call these dual facing speakers. So you do get the great sound, and I'm going to demonstrate them how they sound on both devices. So the film I've chosen is Finding Dory. So what I'll do, I'll play a little bit of the clip on this device and then I'll switch over and play some on my iPhone 7 Plus. So
today's the day. Our field trip to the Stingray Migration.
Stingray Migration.
Migration is about going home, which is where you're from.
How do the stingrays all know where to go?
Instinct, something deep inside you that feels so familiar that you have to listen to it.
My mom, my dad, I have a family.
We will never forget you, Dory.
What if I forget you?
I miss them. You know what that feels like?
Yes.
Then we better get going.
Totally sick!
Isn't it great?
No! I'm gonna be totally sick!
Can you help me? Can you help me? Sorry, not a great swimmer.
I think you swim beautifully.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Wait, Dory? Yes? Dory? Yes.
You and I were friends.
No.
It was so much fun because I'd tell you a story and then you'd completely forget about it, and then I get to tell it to you over and over again. I'm looking for my family.
Are you crazy? It's too dangerous. Hands!
Hands? Mommy?
Holy Neptune.
That is definitely not mommy.
I'm sorry. I gotta blink. How do you hold your eyes open that long?
What's happening?
Hello? Hello?
Hey, you.
Hi, can you help me?
Not good.
So that was Finding Dory there. As you can see, that is in the App Store along with many other Pixar films. So also there is Finding Nemo and all different other ones. Secret Life of Pets as well is in there. So let me know what you think down below. Personally, I like the louder sound of the iPhone 7 Plus. It seems to sound a bit louder. I prefer the screen size of the iPhone 7. It's a bit smaller, a bit compact, but being visually impaired, it'd be harder for me to use. So next, let's move on to specs of these two devices. Okay, so next I want to talk about specs of these two devices. They are quite similar, but there are some changes that I want to go through. So first of all, they're both released in September of 2016 now. So the iPhone 7 Plus, people that wanted the jet black like mine, did have to wait a while. And remember that jet black does only come in 128GB or the 256GB. It's not available in the 32GB model. So please bear that in mind as well. So first of all, the iPhone 7 weighs 138 grams compared to 188 grams of the iPhone 7 Plus. So looking at them side by side here, I can give you their thickness. The iPhone 7 is 7.1 millimeters compared to 7.3 of the iPhone 7 Plus. So if I just turn these around, you can have a look at the back and you can see the major difference there. And that is on the cameras, which I'll come to in a little bit. We've got the jet black model and the matte black model. So both of these devices are running iOS 10 and Plus. So mine's running iOS 10.1 and this one is running iOS 10 as well. So like I said, there's different levels of storage you can buy because there is no micro SD. So please make sure you choose the best storage for you. So the iPhone 7 is a 32GB model. My iPhone 7 Plus is a 128GB model, and you can get a 256GB model as well. Remember that jet black does come in the larger two only. There's 5 colours. There's the jet black, matte black, the silver, the rose gold, and the gold as well. So displays now. The iPhone 7 has a 4.7 inch display, which is 750 by 1334. And the iPhone 7 Plus is a 5.5 inch 1080 by 1920 display. And the iPhone 7 has a PPI of 326 versus 401 on my iPhone 7 Plus. So turning around to these cameras on the back, like I said, this is where you see the major difference. The iPhone 7 has one 12 megapixel camera with 4K footage with autofocus, face detection on it. My iPhone 7 Plus has two 12 megapixel cameras and one is an optical zoom, and we can use that portrait mode which is available on mine. They both have quad LED flash as well. Looking at the front cameras on these devices, they're both the same. They're both 7 megapixels with full HD recording. The iPhone 7 has 2 gigabytes of RAM compared to 3 gigabytes of RAM on the iPhone 7 Plus. Battery wise, you see 1000 milliamp hour difference. So the iPhone 7 has 1600 milliamp hour compared to 2900 milliamp hour on the iPhone 7 Plus. The new chip is an A10 Fusion chip, and it's a quad-core chip. They're running slightly different on these two devices. So on the iPhone 7, you've got 4 times 2.3 gigahertz, and on the iPhone 7 Plus, you've got 4 times 2.3 gigahertz. I'm not too sure if that's right. I've looked into it. That's what all the fact sheets say. So please let me know down below if this is wrong or correct, but I can't understand why the iPhone 7 Plus is slightly lower. Both these devices have 6-core graphics on them, so you can perform games well. Both these devices are IP67 rating, which means they're water resistant, not waterproof, but water resistant for a meter, up to a meter for 30 minutes submersion. But there's been videos on YouTube which you can go and see that have lasted a lot longer. So coming up now to wrap up this video, why did I go for the iPhone 7 Plus compared to the 7? My main feature for me is the size. Because of me being registered blind, I need that bigger screen, so I need a more of a phablet compared to a smartphone. Also, I went for the jet black as I thought, oh, new colour, let's go for the new colour. Big mistake. I'm so worried about scratching it. Don't like that. This iPhone 7 is the matte black and it looks just as nice. So the camera is another key thing why I went for the iPhone 7 Plus. You've got 2 lenses on the back there. The 4K footage is great because that's how I record my videos on YouTube. I think it's one of the best 4K ones I can buy at the moment to use, but I am looking to improve that. So the iPhone 7 is very nice. It's very portable. It's a lot more portable than mine. You can put it in your jeans and not worry about it bending or getting smashed. It works very well. It works just as well as the iPhone 7 Plus. Do remember that you do have a gigabyte difference. So this will perform slightly slower compared to my iPhone 7 Plus, but I think this will be hardly noticeable to the average user. So let me know down below which you prefer and why, and which color you prefer and why. It's always great to hear from you. Thanks always for watching. Remember to give a thumbs up in the video. Remember to subscribe as always, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.